it up a notch.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the trailer for our brand new podcast called Take It Up a Notch. My name's Claire.
And my name's Rachel.
We came up with this idea because
we both have been working in the digital learning educational technology space for a little while, and we think we have lots of different ideas to share, and we'd like to be able to take those ideas to a wider audience.
Definitely. And we realised that even though we are very alike, we also have a lot of differences but also strengths that make us an incredible duo.
Complementary skills. We have complementary skills. So Claire, tell us a little bit about your background.
Yeah, sure. So my name is Claire and I am a primary school teacher. I've been teaching for just over 20 years. I'm very passionate about digital learning but also creative arts in education, and I love any opportunity to combine those two loves of mine in lessons. And I love thinking of ways that students can have creative ways to share their learning. I discovered after becoming my school's learning technology support teacher that, I'm not too bad at this kind of stuff. So I started to do some more learning for myself with the help of an incredible mentor that we both know. And I did my Google Innovator program, which was incredible. Well, firstly, my Google Level 1, Level 2. And then I'm also become a Google trainer and part of the Google Community Education group, which is amazing. I'm also a Brisk certified AI professional, and I do some presenting for them. I'm a Seesaw ambassador, so I've just recently presented at Seesaw Connect, which was a really cool experience. And I've also recently become a Canvassador, and I'm an Apple Learning Coach too, and you are too.
I am. I forgot that.
And what about you, Rach?
So I do have a couple of those same sorts of skills, though not as many as the very accomplished Claire. So Apple Learning Coach and a Seesaw, or whatever the first one is, Pioneer or something like that. Yep. But where my journey has taken me over roughly about the same amount of time in teaching is into a few different master's degrees. So I have a master's in knowledge networks and digital innovations and another one in teacher librarianship. So hoping to be able to use all of the skills that we have together to help to empower your teaching.
So what's our podcast going to be about, Rach?
Oh, well, it's going to be all about different tools, resources, be they digital or physical or just something that's really cool. Different tools that will help to improve the opportunities you can give to your students.
Definitely. And we've had a lot of experience supporting schools with STEM tools. So there's a lot of those we'd like to talk about, as well as some great ones for Google Workspace or many other ones that we can share practical strategies for you, for Aussie educators.
Yeah. And so how do we get the name Take It Up a Notch?
So when we decided a little while ago, because sadly we were working together as digital learning specialist teachers, and unfortunately that has come to an end. So we've had to part ways, but we thought, what's a way we can stay together again? And it's through a podcast. We could capture so many of our great conversations. So that's our idea. But we could not agree on a name.
No.
And I remember we used to have an online newsletter for our previous role as with our work in schools, and it took us the same amount of time to agree. And even with all the help from good old AI, we could not agree on one. But
we had a few, but this is where we've landed.
Yeah, so. And all of a sudden, the other day we went, yep, done.
That'll do. So tech for technology, of course, and then up a notch for just that next step in your teaching planning journey.
Yeah. So who are we aiming for our audience?
So this podcast is especially for teachers in Australia. We are both primary trained, and that's where our experience lies. So while possibly there's that bias, we do hope that this will be useful for everyone right up to year 12.
Yeah, definitely. And the role that I'm doing in my school currently is also supporting as a digital learning coach for 5 to 12 teachers as well. So I'll be implementing some stuff at my school. So hopefully have a bit of experience to share for the high schools as well.
Awesome. And I'll get to learn from that as well, because my school stops at year 6.
So what do you think our listeners will gain from listening to our great podcast each week?
Well, I think that they will be able to have an insight into new tools that are coming out and how they can help solve common problems in the classrooms.
And I like that we're going to base it on real life problems or scenarios which happens still to us a lot. We have friends that email us, or like we have some group chats that we're part of, or Facebook groups that we see, and putting out there some questions that people want real quick solutions to or ways to embed that technology into their learning for their students. We've got a million ideas up our sleeve as always, and ones that clear and easy for you to understand that you can pick up and try and utilize yourself.
Yeah, and ones that are timely too, because it'd be nice if a podcast didn't date, but I feel like this one will.
Yes.
Because the tools are
changes.
Changing all the time.
Yeah.
So.
Even from one of the tools that we'll talk about in our first episode has already evolved a little bit since it first was launched. So our idea is to just have fairly short episodes, like I think you were saying,
about 15
that you
minutes.
can listen to in the car on your way to work or all the way home, and just to give you ideas. So not only will we share, my sort of role of it is my love of like digital tools and tips and all of those things, but then Rach will also share.
Well, I really like integrating those things into the curriculum and looking for ways that you can do that. It's perhaps a little bit out of the box, if possible, not always with the constraints of a curriculum, but looking for ways that you can implement them in an interesting, rich, real life kind of way.
Yeah, that link to the outcomes that you've got to achieve anyway. Because I find with the digital learning outcomes, some people think, like I think we'll talk about this in our first episode, but, just the kids using the computer to go on things is ticking that box, but it's actually not.
Yeah,
so we'll help you with that.
Yes, linking it back to curriculum, and we'll try and use both the Australian and New South Wales curriculum to make it applicable to everyone. So it might be that it's a little bit more general in nature than specific outcome codes, but we hope that that is more useful. And where possible, we'll look at new curriculum.
How did we meet, Rach?
So we met about 8 years ago through a mutual colleague that we both worked with. At the time, we were both working as technology leaders in our schools, and this fellow brought all of those people together.
Yeah, like a PLC.
Yeah, into a bit of a network. And so that's where we first met.
There was about 7 of us. As our friend said, I wanted to find 7 gun LTSPs that he saw great work with in his work with schools. And we were part of that group, and then we got to present together. I think we presented on Pear Deck,
which is one of my all-time favourite things.
Yeah. Yes, in Google Slides, yes. Yep. And since then, I think we clicked straight away because we realised we are so alike because we love anything like not only technology, but we love creative arts.
We really do.
We love doing school performances. We could do a whole nother podcast
of
on
musicals.
That, like, oh my God. But then having the wonderful opportunity to work together for a year and a half we got to really bounce off each other so nicely.
It was just wonderful.
It was because we've both got our strengths, but we teach each other. And
absolutely.
And it's built such a beautiful friendship too. And we're hoping that this unique way of us still spending time together will benefit you.
Absolutely. So we'll all be learning along together with different tools a couple of times a term, and hoping that as our community grows that you might be able to get in contact too with your questions so that we can help out with some answers.
Yes. So we have set up an email called techitupanotchau@gmail.com. So please feel free to send us an email to ask any questions, or you might have ideas for us to do an episode on, or a tool that you'd like us to share. And yeah, that sounds awesome.
Wonderful. All right. Well, we hope to see you soon in our first episode
of
Take It Up a Notch. Take It Up a Notch. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Take It Up podcast.
Woohoo! Take it up a notch.
Oh, no.